Hi there, it's Carol with Carolbcrafts. Today we'll be putting together this sweet little Easter card. It's some kind of fold, I'm not even sure. It's a little design I came up with. And it is project number 2 in my Fable Friends Club Kit. Check out my website, www.carolbcrafts.com, to see what current club kits I'm offering. Now, if you didn't purchase the club kit, don't worry, I'll give the supplies and dimensions as we go along so that you can make this adorable little Easter card with us. Now, all the projects in the Fable Friends Club Kit are centered around the Fable Friends stamp set, available from Stampin' Up. Check out my website, www.carolbcrafts.com, to get my current host code. Use that host code when you're shopping at stampinup.com and receive 15% of your retail purchase price in credit towards your next club kit. So let's get started making our card. The supplies you'll need in addition to the Fable Friends stamps are the Stitch Shapes framelits dies and the Layering Circles framelits dies. The inks that you'll need are Balmy Blue, Lemon Lime Twist, and our faithful Memento Tuxedo Black. Your Stampin' blends for your coloring of your little ducks, light and dark Balmy Blue and light and dark Daffodil Delight. Adhesives that you'll want handy will be your mini glue dots, your multi-purpose glue, and your snail. Some tools you'll want handy will be your scissors, your piercing tool, a stamping positioner, a C block or a small block like the C block, and your Big Shot. And you'll need your Stampin' trimmer. In addition to those tools, you'll need a piece of Daffodil Delight, 8.5 by 5.5, and we won't score that quite yet. We have to do some cutting. You'll also need a piece of Daffodil Delight, 2 inches by 2 inches. You're going to need some Balmy Blue, 5 1/4 by 3 1/8, 5 1/4 by 3 1/8, and then 2.5 by 2.5, 2.5 by 2.5. Now Whisper White, you will need 2 by 2, 2 by 2, 2 3/4 by 4, 2 3/4 by 4, and then Whisper White 5 1/8 by 3, 5 1/8 by 3. And then optional, if you want to have a space up here to do some writing, or on the back, depending on what you want, or maybe both. For the front, for the inside, you'll need optional Whisper White 2 5/8 by 3 7/8. That's 2 5/8 by 3 7/8. And then the back, if you want to do something on the back, 4 3/4 by 3.5. 4 3/4 by 3.5. So those are optional. And then lastly, we're going to use a piece of our Gingham Gala checked DSP, 2 5/8 by 3 7/8. 2 5/8 by 3 7/8. From your embellishments with your kit, you're going to need your 2 Whisper White daisy punches, and that comes from our Daisy Builder punch. And then there's a 1/2 inch circle punch of Daffodil Delight for the center of our daisy. And then lastly, you'll have 3 of the little flowers of Daffodil Delight from the Gingham Gala sequins. And I almost forgot, you'll need some of the organdy ribbon, the Daffodil Delight, a 8-inch piece and a 4.5 inch piece, 4.5 by 8, and that's included in your kit. So let's get started making our card. We'll do our stamping first. Okay, so we're going to start our stamping with our 5 1/8 by 3, and we'll be doing the inside, the mama duck and the baby ducks, in Memento Black, And if you want to just do those by sight and you're not real worried about them being perfect, you can go ahead and just put them down. I think I probably can do this. We do want to make sure we leave room for the baby ducks too, following the mama duck. So we'll go ahead. I'm going to pick up the mama duck and let's see, these are actually not photopolymer, so I need to change this around. I just need to put my rubber mat there and my little bit of a lift there. Okay, let's try that again. Let's put mama duck back here. Just make sure those baby ducks are in the right spot. That looks good enough for now. Pick mama duck up and ink her up with Memento Tuxedo Black. And those smaller, like little stitches in her clothing, I find you get those inked better if you kind of rub your ink pad on there. Get those stitches really good. So there's mama duck. She got enough? That's good enough. So I'm going to clean her off. Now we're going to put the baby ducks in place. They're going to be right behind mama duck. And this little baby duck, I'm just going to get that one just a little bit better, tiny bit there. So now we are ready to do our Easter greetings. We're going to do that in Balmy Blue. And on our 2x2" Whisper White, we're going to be die cutting a circle. So we just want this in the very center. And I'm going to make that a little richer since it's the front sentiment there. Okay, that's our Balmy Blue. And we'll be die cutting that. Now we're going to come back to our little ducks, and you can do it here or you can do it, we'll get our grass stamp. That's this stamp right here, some grass. And we're going to stamp randomly some grass. And there's kind of a pattern to it. So here's where our C block comes in, or our small block. I'm going to get that, and then I'm going to get my Lemon Lime Twist ink, or you could use another green if you don't have the Lemon Lime Twist. And I'm going to ink that up. Now it looks like I'm going to put some grass here and here. So there's some grass, and there's some grass. You just want to be sure you don't stamp over your ducks. I'm going to stamp, let's see, I need to put some, just a small piece of scratch paper there so I can stamp off. It looks like there'll be one here and one between these two ducks, kind of right down there, and then one below this duck, a little bit off the page maybe, nope, one right here, and then one here. But you can put them just about wherever you want. And I'm going to clean my stamp off, and we are done with our stamping. Now we're going to do some coloring, and we're going to start out with the light Balmy Blue, and we're going to do all of the Well, maybe we should do the dark balmy blue first. Okay, so we'll get our dark balmy blue. We're going to do the inside of this hat here. We're going to do the collar and the bow. We're going to do the part of the pocket at the top here. For the ducks, we're going to do, again, the inside of the hat for the baby ducks. And the bow on the hat. We're going to do just the front part of the bonnet and the bow. And then the collar to the baby duck. Okay. Now the rest of the outfits we're going to do in light balmy blue. Okay, and now we're ready to do the bodies. Now the web feet and the bills, the duck bills, will be dark Daffodil Delight, and the body, it will be light Daffodil Delight. Okay, our coloring is done. So we're ready to do our die cutting, and we're going to need our third smallest scallop die and our second smallest scallop die. And then we're going to need our smallest stitched circle die from our Stitch Shapes framelits. So we have those 3 dies. So we're going to cut from the third smallest, which would be the largest of these 3. We're going to cut the balmy blue with that, and then the second smallest scalloped circle, we're going to do the Daffodil Delight, and then the stitched circle, we're going to do the Easter Greetings. I'm going to tape that in place. We'll run these all through our Big Shot. Okay, so now we are done with our die cutting, and we are ready to put our card together. So before we can put our card together, we're going to need to do that special cut in our paper, in our base, so that we have that little fun fold there. And this is going to be easiest to do with your Stampin' trimmer. And what we'll do is we're going to turn it landscape and put it on 3. Okay, and bring our blade up. And you might want to start a little below, go up, and then back down. So we have it measured at 3, not landscape, but portrait. And we're going to go to 4 1/4. So up and then down to 4 1/4. Now we're going to turn it to 4 1/4 this way. So all I did was just turn it to the left to 4 1/4, and now I'm going to go up here. Again, I'm going to kind of go up and back, and now I'm just going to go down to 2 1/2, or to where my blade meets where the last cut was. So it should be right around 2 1/2. And there we go. So now we have our special little cut. Now we need to get our scoring tool, and we're going to put this on, let's see, if I want it to fold this way, I need to score it this way. So we're going to score it at 4 1/4, just down to where our cut starts, and then we're going to fold it this way forward, and we'll get our bone folder. Now we are ready to start decorating our card base. So we'll do our flat first, and for that we're going to need our piece of Whisper White that is 2 3/4 by 4, our piece of gingham DSP 2 5/8 by 3 7/8. So we'll go ahead and put those together. Okay. Before we put this on our front, we need to put our bow on, and it looks like we need to measure about 1 1/8 from the bottom. About 1 1/8 from the bottom. So get my pencil out and measure between 1 and 1/8. I'll do 1/8. So that's going to tell me where the bottom of my ribbon is going to go. I'll get my 4.5 inch piece of ribbon. I'm going to put some snail just above that mark that I made. Put my ribbon across the front and have even ends. Find that mark and then just push my ribbon even with that mark, the bottom of my ribbon, and now it's ready to go on the front. We'll get out our daisies. We're going to use our glue for this. So we'll get our glue and put a dot in the center of one of our daisies. Then we're going to put the daisy on top of that and alternate the petals so that we have a daisy like that. And then we're going to put another dot in the center, and we're going to put our 1/2 inch Daffodil Delight circle in the center there. We'll just let that dry for now. While that's drying, we'll go ahead and get our 5 1/4 by 3 1/8 balmy blue, our adorable mama duck and baby ducks will go on top of that. And then that's going to go on the inside, kind of just in the center there. We might as well go ahead and do our Easter greetings. We'll start with putting our Daffodil Delight circle on top of our balmy blue. And then we'll put our Easter greetings on top of that. And that's what's great about the glue. It lets you move things around so that they're perfectly centered. Now we're going to put our Easter greetings here. I think I'll put that on with glue as well. Just kind of in the center here of this flap and level. Make sure it's level there. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my 2 5/8 by 3 7/8 up here. That again is optional. So now I think that our daisy might be dry enough that we can put it on. I'll put it on with some glue as well in the center here, and just above our ribbon. And now we're going to make a bow with our ribbon. And we'll put that on with some glue dots. So basically you're going to make your loop like this. Make sure I have it right. Yeah, I think I want it this way. So you're going to make a loop because it's going to be a small bow, so you don't want too big of a tail. Bring it around the front, around the back, and then through the loop that you made. Pull it through, keep it flat if you can. I'll start over again. Round to the back and through your loop, keep it flat if you can, and straighten it out. Okay, now there's our bow, so just need to put that on with some glue dots. So probably a couple. Put it down and pinch it, put it down and pinch it. And then if you need to, kind of hide it behind the knot. And then you're just going to put that over the ribbon there and push it down, put it in the center, and then get your scissors. You're going to trim away the excess. I'm cutting away from the bow. All we have left to do now are our 3 little sequins. So I have my 3 little flower sequins from the Gingham Gala sequins, and I'll just put the first one about right here, and then the next one a little further down, and then the next one a little further down. And there I have my sequins. Okay, so that is project number 2 in my Fable Friends Club Kit. Check out my website, www.carolbcrafts.com, to see what current club kits I'm offering. Thanks for watching. Bye now.